All right, so you guys see all this snow? See all this? This was all grass just a couple of days ago. About 36 hours ago, this was all grass. And we got a surprise. It's not really a surprise, we get them every spring, but got a big dump. And I guess last video that we went out and looked for tracks wasn't my last opportunity to go out and look for tracks in the snow. So we're gonna do it again today. And once again, just like last time, we're not even out of the yard yet, and we got some rabbit tracks here. And we're gonna go walk around, see if we can't find some moose tracks, and see what else we can find. I think while I'm out and about, I'm gonna change the card out in my trail camera. Let's see. So remember the last video I was telling you guys about snow falling out of the trees and creating impressions that could be mistaken for tracks. And here it looks like we've got some examples of that. Although it looks like maybe there might be some rabbit tracks spread in there, but that's definitely debris from the tree. You can see all the rabbit tracks back in there. But yeah, you can definitely find stuff like that, and it can get you, confuse you, and turns out it's just snow falling out of the trees. So, whoa, I gotta be really careful here because under all this snow is a lot of muddy, wet ground. So I'm gonna try and keep an eye up too, because there's been some moose in the area. Hopefully we can find some tracks. You guys might be able to hear my dogs barking in the background there. They're not real happy with me leaving them behind. But I took them out for a walk earlier, and they didn't want to be out here. They weren't happy with the snow. So they don't want to be out in the snow, and they don't want me to be out in the snow either. They just want us to sit at home. I told Arlo he was going to have to toughen up if he wanted to go camping this summer. Look at that big hunk of snow right there on that tree. Let's go in here. All kinds of rabbit tracks back in here. Man, we were almost snow free. Like I said, I had grass in my yard, which is not super common for early April. So I am not entirely surprised that we got a big dump of snow. Like I said, it happens almost every year, but I went from seriously contemplating taking my studded tires off my truck to saying, I'm just going to leave them on for a little bit longer. So, all right, I'm going to tromp around back here a little bit longer And if I find anything, I'll check in with you guys. So check this out. I have to be careful walking through here. I don't fall into something like that. That would suck. I don't know if I would get sucked in there enough that it would, like, I couldn't get out. But it would sure make the walk back home really crappy. It's interesting. It looks like one of our windstorms knocked that tree down over there. Now it's covered in snow. It's almost like a little natural shelter over there. I'm gonna keep trekking. I bet there's some, see all these roots and stuff sticking up, and I bet there's some rabbit dens in some of those. I'm gonna keep trekking around and see if I find anything else. Guys, there's a moose right over there. I just spooked him. He sat there and listened to me talk that whole time. And didn't take off till I got right up on him. Crap. Wish I had been recording. But we missed him. But you know what? I bet he left some tracks for us. Let's go see. He's over there. See him? He's back in there. So here's his tracks. So I'm about a 10.5. That's my 10.5 compared to his hoof. I can't really tell where he came from. I thought, oh, okay, he was down there eating on that. He was eating that bark down there. You see where the bark is scraped off? He was down there eating on that. And I was over there jacking my jaw. And I heard him, but I just thought it was the snow coming off the trees in the wind. And there's his track. Looks like he came down this road here. So he came down the road here. And he veered off. And he was chewing on that tree over there. I don't know what that is. I'm not a botanist. But then I came, see there's that structure out, or that down tree I was talking about right there. I came around this way, spooked them off. So you can see, this is a good example of a double print. He's got his front leg there, and his back leg hit right there. And this one's two side by side. And he's back in there somewhere. In fact, that's where I wanted to go, because my trail camera's over there. So this is where I think we spooked him off to. Oh no, I think he came from this direction. Went down there. We'll head back in there and swap my cards out. He's probably not back there anymore with me sitting here jacking my jaws, so he's probably taking off. But yeah, there we go. I knew there was mooses around here somewhere. All right, we're gonna come up the back way here to where my trail camera is. All kinds of rabbit tracks back in here. I don't know if he's still back here or not. I think he took off. And I would normally say we would track him for a little bit and see if we get another shot of him, but I've already spooked him once. I don't want to be chasing around a jittery moose. There he is down there, see him? So let's talk about this. His ears are up, his head's down. So right now he's trying to figure out if I'm a threat or not. I know he's probably kind of hard to see, but he's in there. So what you want to look for in an aggressive moose is if their ears are back, laid down, if their head's down, and it's usually hard to see unless you're viewing them from a profile, but if the hair on their spine is standing up, it's usually a sign of an aggressive moose. And you don't want to get any closer, and you don't want to basically antagonize it anymore. You want to just get out of the area as fast as you can. But right now he's facing away from us, his ears are up. He's not really paying me any attention. It would have been funny if he was charging right for us after all that snow fell. Actually, it wouldn't have been funny, but it would have been something. So he's back there doing what he does. And my camera is right there. You can see, we'll look at his tracks here in a second, but it doesn't look like he's interested in me at all. By the way, guys, I just want to stress, don't do this. Don't try and get close to wildlife or take pictures. I have a lot of experience and believe it or not, some training. So just you know, don't do this at home. Okay, so let's talk about these tracks. All right, so he came through here. You can see See the lack of definition and just how he's kicking up a lot of dirt here, or a lot of snow down to the dirt. He was in a hurry. He was trying to get away from us. You can see here, he was just trotting along. He was trotting off that direction. He's still out there. He's gotten a little further away from us. But you can see he's moving with a little bit of purpose. You can see the snow kicked up there. He was trying to get away. And honestly, you know, all he did really, I think he stopped here. Looks like he stopped and turned around. He's probably looking at these trees right here, trying to decide what he can eat. And he took off that way again. He really just kind of circled back around to where we were earlier. But yeah, here's your moose tracks, guys. One of these days, maybe this spring when it gets a little muddy, I'll have to come out here and try and cast some, work on my casting skills. And you know, they're neat little keepsakes to send to people. So if any of you guys are interested in a moose foot cast, let me know. Maybe I'll put some up on the website or eBay or something, or I'll bring some to the conference. But let's swap out the cards on this camera here. So there's 51 videos on it. Battery's at 61%, so that's good enough for me. And this is the most important part, is don't mix your cards up. Take the new card out, put it in my card reader here. My old card, I mean. Put the new card in. Now this one's probably going to have some on it because I usually don't clear my cards until I'm here. Oh no. That's not what I meant to do. Damn it, Bobby. Go here. Check my date, time, all that good stuff. And it'll say here, delete all. This is where I delete my cards because I think it formats them as well and just makes them a better, I don't know. It's just part of my OCD. I feel like they operate better in the camera if I do that. It's almost like they've been formatted for the camera. But anyway, I'm going to turn this back on, and you guys will get to see some of that footage on the next video. Maybe I'll throw in some of the footage of him walking by here at the end. But for the bulk of that, I'm probably going to just wait until next week. So I'll have something to put up, and I like to edit them down so they're not so long. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming out and tracking with me. Glad we finally got to see the elusive Alaskan moose and their tracks. Hopefully you guys could see him there. I know he was kind of far away, but I didn't want to get any more close to him, especially since we'd already spooked him once. I didn't want him to be angry with me, you know. I would like him to come back and pose for some pictures on my trail camera. So anyway, guys, stay tuned for some footage of that beast. And thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.